Today we're just going to be doing a bit of slow stitching on this piece of painted fabric. I'll leave the link to the video where I did this, and it's basically just watercolour over fabric. That's it. No special art mediums, just watercolour paint. And the circles I made with bottle tops and all sorts of things. As you can see, it's gone quite stiff already. And it's in my favourite colours because, you know, if you're going to stitch, why not use your favourite colours? If you've got an inkling to blue like me, all the ocean colours, then carry on. If you would rather, she says I can't get in it. If you'd rather have bright, vibrant colours, then grab those out. Or maybe some neutrals. You can just stitch, paint yourself some fabric, make some marks. You don't need to do it with fabric. You could do this. And I thought circles would be quite cool, but you can do squares, triangles, whatever you like. I quite like organicness. Organicness, is that a word? Of circles. So all I'm going to do is go round my circles in various shades of blue, and that will be it. And it's going to look just as good on the back, I hope. Maybe not, but you know, doesn't matter. We don't worry what the back looks like, do we? It's all about enjoying your stitching. We don't worry what we're making. We don't worry about what other people think. I mean, the back is quite nice, but I love the front. Oh, and I've just unthreaded my needle, but that's all right because I have more. So I have some white threaded. Now this isn't embroidery thread, and this isn't this isn't embroidery thread. This is crochet. I don't know what it is. It's just old, and I pick these up at my scrap store or at the car boots when they're open. Won't be long. And I use these because I'm very thrifty, in case you hadn't noticed. I like to use up recycled fabrics and the threads, everything. If I can recycle, it makes me very happy. This is just an old cotton bed sheet that I have painted, so you don't even need to go out and get anything fancy to just paint on. I don't know what that bit of fluff is. Get off. And I'm just going to carry on going around this piece with stitches round the circles. So I may do some of this with you and then come back. And I know my circle doesn't carry on. But I'm still going to carry on as if it is. And just sort of guess where it is. This is not as easy to stitch with as embroidery cotton. I'll just do one stitch at a time, I think. And I think when this is finished, it's going to be lovely. I may even make it into a table mat, you know, a placemat. Or I might hang it up. I've got a few I've got to hang up. No, it doesn't need to be anything at all. Just something to meditate with. And we'll go down. And I'm just going to show you this bit. I mean, this is, I just love the way that has like spread out and gone a bit blurry. And I may get some of these and use them and puff them up. You know, make like a ball and put them in the centre of some of these. I don't know. Oh, that was my plan to start with. But now I'm thinking I may just stitch all these and then see where that takes us. Because I'm going to get some purple threads. I'm going to try and do the same colours. And I think it's going to look very cool when I've finished. So if you want to do a bit of meditative stitching with me, and you've got anything, you don't even need to use painted fabric. What you can do is use a patterned fabric. If you've got a fabric that you love the pattern of, use that and just follow the lines on it. Done this over the course of a few nights, and I've just stitched round them. And what I've done here is weaved in and out some of the stitches as well. I'll show you what I mean by that first before we carry on. So you have like your stitching. Let's choose a small one because I've only got a little bit of cotton. And all you do is to make your stitches a little bit more chunky, is you just weave round. And you just, I'm going to go from the outside in like this. I haven't tied the end because I'm going to tie them together. And I'm going to rethread my needle for the 100th time. Oh, for goodness sake. Always rethreading my needle. Right, so round we go. This is just to make my circles look more chunky. I mean, I might fill them in with stuff as well. I am thinking about doing that. Like sort of Zen circles. Colouring with stitches. Some of these are too far apart, so they're making my circle go a bit funny. But I didn't think about that when I was doing my circles. Oh, no, 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 not again. No, I'm not having it. Okay. So all the way back to the beginning and then back down. And hopefully we've got the two ends like this. And I just tie them together. And can you see how much it gives it a bit of something? I quite like that. So the next thing I want to do is make some Suffolk puffs, and I'm gonna tempt fate, and I'm gonna try and do them with some net and some voile. Excuse my fingers, I have just come in from the garden. I've been planting and sort of tidying up still. I know, I'm forever tidying up my garden. It's sort of never ending, isn't it? So I must apologise for the state of my fingers. I am going to have a bath when I finish this. But I thought, oh, it's Saturday tomorrow and I haven't done my video. So I sort of thought, quick. So this is as far as I've got so far. And I'm sort of quite loving this. I think this will be a sort of work in progress, sort of, you know, ongoing project. This is not going to be a quick one. Oh, this is very tricky, isn't it? Sewing this very fine fabric is very tricky. All I'm doing, if you don't know how to make Suffolk puffs, this is it. You just get a circle of fabric and you do like a running stitch all the way around the outside. It is much, much easier on cotton, okay? So if you've got cotton, do it there, but you know me. I like to have a challenge. And I've got all these voiles that I showed you at the beginning, all that soft fabric. And I thought, I want to use, even if it's a little bit, I want to start using it. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest. I may make up little packs. Do you think that would be any good? Do you think anybody would like little packs of all the different varieties I've got? I'm not sure. Okay, right. So that is how you start them, and then you just sort of pull them to a point like that, and then you sort of wiggle them around until they sort of look like this, which is super fun, and I love them. I don't make them enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a circle that's about that big somewhere. I don't know where. There. That's wrong size, but hey, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna stitch this down. And I'm gonna be really lazy, and I'm not even going to stitch it completely down. I'm just gonna stitch it down in the center because I just want different textures and feels. It's all about the feel, isn't it, when you're doing slow stitching? And I want to do something else as well. I've got so many ideas that I want to practice on here. And if it's going to be abstract, then it might as well just be crazy abstract. Goodness knows how it's going to end up. I haven't decided. I haven't got a plan, as you may guess. Right, so the net one, exactly the same. I don't know whether to try and do that one as well. As you can see, it's not exactly a circle, but, it's close enough. Close enough. Okay, let's have a quick... Oh my God, this is going to be tricky. I've only got a very tiny needle here as well. Oops, a daisy. I've got great big stitches going in here. Oh my goodness. So how is everybody's scrappy books going along? We're having a break this week from the scrappy books, but if you want, let me know and we'll be back doing it next week. I could do that every week. It's just my favourite thing to do. Just random stitching with scraps. I mean, why not? I've got two different colours on this cotton. I've got a pink and a blue. Only because they were the sort of last few bits. And I thought, oh, let's just use them up, and I put them together. No particular reason, just put them together. So there we go. So looks like a little sea anemone. No, you're not doing a sea. You're doing abstract, Carol. Behave. Right, let's put this one. Let's put it here. And again, I'm just going to tack it down in the middle. If I decide later to add more stitches, then I can. You can't even see the colour of the stitches when you finish, look. So you can do this in whatever colour you like. And I may go out to the sides in another colour. But I reserve the right to come back and play later on. Right, okay. So we've got a couple of something different on there now. And now I want to try something else. Because why not? Oh, you can tell I've been gardening. Look, I've been cutting down some pampas grass. And that's what I get for my trouble. I know. Honestly, I'm so allergic to everything. I've took some antihistamine, so hopefully be fine. Once I've washed my arms and everything in the bath, it'll be absolutely fine. Right, let us do some couching because it's something different. Let's just do a stitch. It's a bit tricky when you're in the middle. In fact, what I'll do is I'll get that out like that. So I've made that stitch there, and I might tie a knot through that stitch. Chop that end off. Could have done that underneath, I guess, but hey, look at that. That works. And then I'll just keep going around this little blue circle. This might be a bit tricky for you to follow, actually. Sorry. Right. I'm going to try and show you as best I can what I'm doing. So over and then back up. And just tack it down. And go round. It's fine. It's getting a bit tangled up, but it's fine. I need to lift it up. That's the problem. Here we go. Okay, we're back. Into action. And down. And I'm going to go underneath, come back up. And that will make a stitch and hold it. And no, it's not completely random. And it's not completely abstract because I am following my circles. And that's okay. You don't have to be, you don't have to make it up all the time. You can just grab your painted fabric like this. And then she says, concentrating, and then just follow whatever lines there are on your painted fabric. Yours might be completely different, or you might just have a piece of fabric that you want to use. You can choose anything. I would choose a cotton, a thickish cotton. I mean, this is thickened because I painted it, but thicker cotton is a lot easier to stitch through than something really fine. I was just about to say I'm going to stop there. I'm going to cut that bit off. And I'm going to go back down. And right, so that's something else. And I will do some more of that. I'm just showing you all the different things I'm going to be doing. So I'm looking at this and it's slightly annoying me because it's not in a circle. So I want to fill it in, and I have got a pile of scraps. Look, and I don't know what I'm going to use because I've just got loads out. I do have some flowers, but they're not. That's pink. I don't want pink. I mean, I could. That would be better because it's a bit smaller. I could just stitch all the way around that and then cut it out. Why not? Let's do that. Let's just do it. See what happens. See what happens. So I'm going to do, I know, it's a bit random, but hey. I'm going to go around the inside. Ow! Very annoying. Okay, so keep going all the way round. I'm using like a cotton that's pretty much the same colour. Okay, we're going to be one stitch at a time. Oh, come on. It's moved, hasn't it? Of course it's moved. Of course it's moved. It's that kind of day. It's moved. It's fine. We will carry on regardless. I'm sure it's going to be really cool when it's finished. You know how sometimes things go through a funny stage where you think, I don't know what I'm doing. But keep going. We'll see what happens. What I don't want to do is get to that point where I want to make it look like something. Because this is supposed to be abstract. And in the interests of being abstract, I'm going to leave it like that for now. I know, totally random. It's maybe a little bit crazy, but hey. You can do what you like. It's your piece. Whatever you want. See, I've got this, and I could do some more Suffolk puffs with this. Or I could just lay it over. Maybe I could try cutting a circle. I'm not very good at cutting circles, especially out of this sort of flimsy fabric, this silk fabric. Not real silk, obviously. I wouldn't be chopping it up into pieces if it was real silk, I don't think. Or then again, you know. That's a weird shape, isn't it? I can't make a circle. Right, come on, be a circle. If you can be anything, be a circle. Oh, look at that. That's pretty much a circle. Pretty much. Just got a little point there. I'm quite happy with that as a circle. No, I'm not. I'm going to put that over there, but I'm going to tuck in the edges around there, I think. Or, shall we do it? Oh, I could do it on this one and then maybe loop. Oh, I'm going to try that. I've got some of this dark blue. Let's use that. Right, I tuck that under. I do make things really complicated for myself, don't I? I could just stitch that down like that, like I did with this one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make it complicated. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to go around there like that. Oh, yes, I'm going to do that. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go underneath the stitch that I've already made. Like, I'm going to go where that stitch is there. I'm going to go through the fabric, that top layer, and then through the stitch. See what happens. Hopefully it will like pull it in a little bit and make it a bit more interesting. Is that going through? Yep. And then come back out. I may end up with no fabric left on this side if I pull too much. I've never done this before, but you know, why not? Just trying all different ways. So I did have a comment about oh, what's her name, on Feather Stitch House. I can't remember her name. It's Kerry or something, I think. And she does apparently a pick of the pots where she has like a colour and a stitch and something else. I can't remember what it was. And she does something along them lines, you know, to picks one out of each pot or something. And I have seen her do it. So I'm wondering if we can do something like that. So if anybody's got any suggestions about what we could do in our pots, what ideas we could put in, you know, like shapes maybe, or I don't know. I don't want to copy her. I'm just trying to think of something that would help us get a bit more random, a bit more abstract. Rather than all my things trying to look like something. Right, I'm quite liking that. Look at that. With me wonky stitching. I quite like that. That's quite cool. Oh, I've got lots of bits underneath here. Ooh. Right, can I go off and do anything else? No. So we're going to just finish that there. So I've got some cotton still on here. So I'm thinking about maybe just doing a bit more round. Oh, I know it's called something. Weaving, I think it's called. And you just do this. Just totally just chilling out and thinking, what can I do next? And that's all I aim for with my stitching, is just relaxing. No pressure. We're not making things. We tried making things. It didn't work, did it? We don't want to make things. We just want to play. We just want to play. So I quite like that. I like the way it's all filled in. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Right, since I'm already here, what I might do is where it's here. Where did I finish? I'm over that side. I might try and do some like Zen drawing. So what we'll do is some back stitches right to the end. And I'll go up there. And then we'll turn our fabric because it's easier. And we'll come back down over there. They look like planets. Well, that one doesn't. I still might cut that yet. I'm going to leave it though, because I don't know yet. So, you know, if in doubt, just leave it and come back to it. How cool is this? Might do a few more in between. I've got enough cotton left. Just. Come on. No. I'm just going to keep going till my cotton runs out. It may look a bit wonky, but hey, you know, that's what it's all about. Wonky stitching. I know backstitch does use up quite a lot of cotton. I think that would work. I think I can do one more. Come up. That's too close, too close. I'm getting a bit particular now, aren't I? That's no good. Down. Let's tie that off. There we go. So it's going to be one of those projects that you pick up and put down, I think. I mean, I quite like that one. I think this one needs cutting. Maybe it's just that edge I don't like. I might just cut that edge. I'm quite happy with that. Right, so there we go. We've done some, what do you call them? Suffolk puffs. We've done some weaving. We've done some weird and wonderful decorating. And we've done some little stitches. I think we can do that with a lot of these little fabrics. These really flimsy, thin ones. And lace. Could do this on some of these ones and just go around the circle. So I might do a bit more. I might do some more couching because that's quite tricky to do. And we'll carry on and it'll just slowly fill up, which is going to be so fun. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that it gives you a bit of inspiration to go and grab out either some painted fabrics or some pattern fabrics, random shapes on. And let me see what you've been doing in the Wonky Stitchers Facebook group. Because we're sharing our work in there. So love to see your pages and your scrappy book and any other work you're doing, any other stitching you're up to. See you next week. Bye.